One of the most frequently asked questions that we get from newer traders is how to build and execute using an order entry box. Trading like any other profession, we need to know how to use our tools properly. And in this video, I'm going to do a tutorial of Interactive Brokers Trader Workstation. We'll begin by building an order manager from scratch, and then we'll do a simulated walkthrough of how to execute using that order manager throughout the day. So let's get into it. Alright, so we have the blank TWS window, and we'll get started by clicking New Window. Under General Tools, go to Order Entry. This will pull up this for you. Now I like keeping this really compact, just so I don't always have it in my face. Especially when I'm in a trade, I don't want to be thinking that I'm in a trade the entire time. I just want to focus on the price action. So I do recommend spending some time this weekend kind of tinkering and building something that really works for you. I'm just showing how I build mine. But our workstation, it's kind of like, this might be a little nerdy, but like Jedi and its lightsaber. Like, they build their own lightsaber for themselves. They don't copy someone else's part for part, piece by piece. It's all about the fit and the feel for the trader. So again, this is how I build mine, but do recommend that you kind of look into something yourself. So order entry box right here, and the second thing we need is the activity order. So right here, order management, trade summary. Put this down here. All right, there we go. So this is what the order box will look like when it's ready to go. So you can see right here we have the instrument. So the puts are the calls, and the ticker, the expiration date, and the strike price. I minimize this, just it'll have a C for call, P for a put. The buys, the sells, the net, our average entry, and our average sell. On this side, right here during market hours, we'll have the spread, which is all we need instead of level 2. All we really need to know is what the bid and the ask is. And if it's too wide, we won't take it. That's one reason I really like trading SPY, and Apple's another one, is the spread is always pretty tight. So we don't really have to worry about that. All right, so at the market open, what are we looking for? Now we're going to use Disney for an example. So we have pre-market highs, and we have the voodoo at this level. So I have that marked out. So at the market open, or right after the pre-market plan, so we want to be getting our orders prepared around 9:15. We have it open, and so we would be going with, let's see what we have. So you type in Disney, go to options, and this is where we'll get all the calls and the puts and the strikes. We are trading the weeklies. So what do we have here? We can go with the 44s. So 44 calls. We can go with the 145 puts off of pre-market highs. Type in DIS, options, 45. And since I just use one order box, this is what I like to do to kind of make things a little clean. So I'll put in that, then I'll click stock, the top, and then it's just kind of like a little divider. So we will put in the SPY options just for reference, so we can see how easy it is to actually just manage. So we'll call the voodoo here 360. So SPY options, and you'll be able to see in real time. This really only takes a few minutes to get all set up. It might take a little bit longer at first while you're getting ready, but once you get in the swing of things and it's just your workflow, you can get it done in a matter of minutes. Alright, so 360 calls. I think I already had those. Yeah, I did. We'll get something else. We'll do 360 ones just to get a good example. Or let's do something I know is not going to be on there already. So we'll do the 363s. That's not what we're using. This is a warning right now. Don't trade out of the money options. This is just an example. Pretend this says 360. Then for the puts, so we would take the 362s here, but again, I'm going to use another example. And I'm just going to pick the top one. Again, don't trade out of the money. And just pretend that says puts. So we have our calls and our puts. Then make the barrier. Alright, so this is what our options chain looks like. We have our predetermined strike prices according to the plan. A nice little divider to separate them. And so we have our 4 options ready to go. So no matter what happens between these 2 plays, we'll be ready to capitalize on one of those. So here's what I normally do since we're using one order manager. I really like the setup on Disney. It's opening up right in the middle of the channel. And I like the long setup, so we'll load up those 144s. And market opens, ding, ding, ding. All right, so we're getting a nice strong sell down. To anchor the box, you click this pin, switch it to a market order. And for this example, we'll just do 3 contracts max. So it's coming down, coming down. Okay, to start in here, so you'd click submit. You'd get filled right down here as it's coming into that level with that speed. All right, into that level. Okay, to take another add. So in 2 contracts. And from there, we'll give it our standard risk. For that, you will need to be a Tricktrades member. I can't talk directly about standard risk in these videos. And you can see it's starting to come in. So we pay ourselves on this first push right here. So market, sell, submit. Oops. Don't worry, that didn't get filled. It's way after hours. Then it keeps coming up. Now in this trade, since we just got the 2 contracts and didn't get much of a room to add more, I would be looking at high a day as my exit. So boom, got it right there. Submit, all out. And just like that, done for the day, making a point in the first 10 minutes. So 10 minutes. And it may not be a big trade, so something on like this with the 2 contracts probably would have been something around like 50 bucks. But think about it, that's $50 just starting out. This is a scalable strategy. This isn't what this video is about, but just for some perspective, let's say 6 months from now, you're taking 2 more than that. We'll say you got in 4 on that. That's double. It's 100 bucks. And with the other one, you could ride a little bit. And this came all the way up to the target of pre-market highs, which would have been ultimate target with another one. Let's say 2 years from now, and you're trading 10 contracts. You're looking at a nice $300, $500 on this trade. And all you're really doing is just focusing on the craft and doing it day in, day out. But it's hard to do that properly unless you know how to work the order manager full circle. So that's why it's so important. And I do post live videos. They are in the moderator section on the website if you want to see how I work this in real time. But maybe I'll do some live trades for this YouTube channel. If that's something you'd be interested in, leave a comment below. And so that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's as easy as switching around like this. And you'll be good to go. So this is where a lot of traders get confused. It can seem very overwhelming at first by there's so many options, but you can see that I keep things very simple. Simple market in, market out. I only keep the summary and the order manager. I don't need level 2. I don't need a bunch of boxes, because you could see it was a little bit hard in this example because it wasn't live, but it only takes a second or two to switch things around, prepare the market order, and get ready to go. So if you do have any questions, feel free to hit me up and I'll be happy to help. Now I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching as always. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one.